Yeah, I think some elite support too in yeah. So
yeah, I think Fnatic found the problem in the last game's draft and just took out the one problem really fast and banned Echo first.
Is that good for a team if you like? For me, it seems that like sometimes FORG1VEN and Rekkles could be a bit emotional to just do like reaction bans, as we call them. Just whatever's OP in game 1, ban it, and then
I think they
figure it out.
are experienced players that have a bit more maturity than that, you know. And I think that not always is just because Echo carried the game alone doesn't mean he's the problem in the game. I think maybe it's just not pick Gangplank, or if you have no counter pick to it, just ban Echo. And then now this game, there's still Gnar on the table. Rek'Sai is always banned. Super OP jungler.
Does blue side help there? Like, if you have to do like reaction bans, because purple side in like last Worlds meta, for example, was 2 force bans, and then you had maybe one free ban that you could decide. Blue side always seems to have more liberty. Is that still so?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Most of the times, the blue side has more blind bans. You can put out like some just target bans on the enemy team, enemy champions. So that's kind of something you can do as a blue side team.
First pick. I think good pick.
Yeah, this is good. I don't understand the echo ban though. If they're gonna first pick Gnar, it makes kind of little sense to me. And they also ban H2K also banned Irelia for themselves.
Could maybe be that they expected a Gnar ban themselves, right? And
I think they expected they wanted to first rotate Gnar on purple side, and they didn't expect Fnatic to first pick Gnar, because right now H2K is kind of screwed.
Yeah, H2K banned Irelia, which is like commonly picked into Gnar, not into anything else than Gnar. So I think H2K thought to themselves that, ha, I'm ban Irelia now, I'm pick Gnar. Yeah. And then Fnatic picked Gnar earlier, and they're like, ah, guys,
it does make sense historically if you look at Spirit's pick pattern. Like the 3 junglers are banned, like Rekkles, Elise, and Gragas are out, which puts so much priority on Nidalee unless we see Insight in this game.
Estral jungle.
Yeah, in my games he plays Estral jungle and he thinks it's funny, you know, to troll me in solo queue. But I wouldn't be surprised to see something like the Graves, maybe Nidalee. Yeah.
That's a good. That's a fine rotation by H2K. Nidalee becomes stronger now that the 3 strongest junglers are banned.
But it's still worth for Fnatic, right? The Gnar over Nidalee trade, or what's he gonna play here?
I think Nidalee in a Sivir comp is so out of place unless you have a winning lane. When I play Sivir myself, I like to see the tanks. You know, I like to see Gragas, Vladimir, the bulldozers, Hecarim. You know, they run over the team comp with my ult, and then Nidalee kind of just comes there and throws spears and heals you a bit, like, hey guys, let's go, you know. So I don't like it so much, but if you have a winning lane with Sivir, you can push for life always, and Nidalee can be there, just throw spears, put a trap down, get a ward here, get a ward there, and you can push waves so fast and move everywhere. So it's kind of fine in that regard if you want to play the pressure game over the team.
You have to go for not the gank game, but the turret kind of siege game.
Yeah, the pressure game, as we call it, the way you play for towers, play for basically just more minions here and there, and the tower damage here and there, and then at some point you have more vision and control of the map, and you get a Drake or something of that. So.
Mithy, when is Bard coming into the equation?
Oh my God, Braum was a horrible pick.
Guys.
Horrible pick.
They're doing the same. They're looking at the wrong screen again here.
Oh shit.
Sorry.
I don't like Graves.
It's only 5 seconds behind. I don't.
Graves is the one champ I don't like as well. I know that there's a lot of jungle bans, but I think Graves is just kind of a egoistic champ, or like a solo champ that he doesn't really do anything for your team. Damage? It's good. Damage is something he does. That's true. If you have crowd control, it's good. However, with the Gnar and the Braum, so it makes sense in that way.
But what would you like if you criticize the pick? What should be picked?
That's why I said that there is jungle bans. So there's only like Hecarim or Olaf or the Lee Sin. Yeah, that I don't like either.
I really dislike the Braum pick. You're playing against Nidalee, and the enemy team has Sivir already, so they're gonna have most likely a pressure lane bot lane, and having Braum and letting the enemy support kind of pick a good pick into Braum is going to mean that Fnatic's bot lane is going to see that tower for the whole game, while H2K just pushes and pressures with Nidalee. Like, it's just going to be that turnaround of what happened on game 1. So, I don't really like it.
We see the Taric. Does this fall into your good pick category into Braum?
I would have picked Taric if I had a useful jungler, but having Nidalee is not really the best thing for Taric. You don't really have anyone here. Who are you gonna like tag together with yourself? Are you gonna tag the Gangplank top or the Nidalee jungle? It kind of doesn't really work out.
No proxy stuns.
Your ult is also not being used to the maximum effect. So, in my opinion, I would have really
picked Bard.
No, not Bard, but definitely YellOwStaR or Tam Kench or Trundle, or just a champ that is not Taric.
By the way, the Lucian insta-lock from Rekkles, they're showing dominance with that one. I think it's pretty fine pick overall against these champs. It's good against Gangplank because of the double tap on the barrels. It's good against Sivir at level 6. Taric is also good against... I mean, Lucian is good against Taric. He can dash away from the stun, and I think it's a pretty fine draft overall. Lucian is good to get together with Braum as well because of the passives they have, and overall I think the bot lane of Fnatic has a slightly winning matchup. At level 6 it turns very, very good for them, I think. The cooling and the Glacial Fissure is so good together. And
yeah.
We see
Lissandra blind pick.
almost like
I don't like that.
like
No,
it's the
definitely.
wrong
Kassadin is
teams here. Fnatic on one side, you know, not playing Sivir, and then Lucian picked away from YellOwStaR. This is like an alternate timeline, because going back a year, we would insta-lock Lucian every
They
time.
didn't really pick it away from him because he picked Sivir first pick, but yeah, I think that it's I think it's an okay pick from Fnatic. I don't like blind pick Lissandra so much. There's a lot of things open. There's no mid bans at all, except for Echo if you count that. So
Where's the Taliyah? I expected to see a lot of Taliyah.
A lot of people don't like Taliyah so much, I think, because of Kassadin blind counter pick. I think they just want a teamfight comp, where Taliyah is more of a push and roam champ, where you can be everywhere with the ultimate and stuff like that. So I think with this comp they have so much card control for the Graves and Lucian, who has nothing else on damage output. So I think it's a nice comp by Fnatic here. They have CC and so much damage, a bit too much physical damage, but there's no tanks on the H2K side. So yeah.
Okay, I like the Vladimir pick. Finally,
Yeah,
they actually picked a champ that Taric can tag with and get the stun going, get the ult going. Also, the ult kind of interacts with Vladimir's pool. If you play it properly, you can just be vulnerable for so long.
We saw it in week 9 on Shen comps too, you know, it's like Vladimir plus Shen, like Vladimir goes in plus Shen plus Taric proxy stun.
Yeah, plus Hecarim plus...
you guys played that, I think, actually.
We were the ones to actually play the Bulldozer comps first in EU at least, but that's why I think the Neely doesn't fit here. You know, you see the Gangplank ult comes down, Vladimir rushes in alone against 5 people, and where's the tank that follows up? You know, where's the Hecarim? Hecarim must open this game. But
we judge the draft now, but like looking back at it with 3 junglers unbanned, would you
Hecarim
and then give the Neely over to Spirit?
In my opinion,
the problem with Hecarim
here we're having what I call piss contest, where both junglers are being like, I'm gonna pick Nidalee now and I'm gonna show you how to play Nidalee, and then one guy fails and then the other one is gonna be like, okay, now I'm gonna play Nidalee and I'm gonna force you to ban Nidalee for the rest of the games because I'm just gonna be a better Nidalee than you are. I think that's kind of what's going on in the first 2 games of the series.
There might be some ego in here, but yeah, I think it's just because both these teams don't like Hecarim. He's more a farm jungler that he chills in the early game. He just takes some camps, ganks maybe once if you're lucky, and
if you're polite to your jungler.
if you ask him nicely with 6 pings on bot lane, assistance pings, then maybe get a gank. But both the junglers like to play the junglers that gank or pressure. Don't like to play Gragas. I think both of them don't like the champ at all, even though he was banned. So yeah, I think
do yourself a favor, you know. If you don't want to play Gragas, you tell your coach, enemy is insane Gragas.
Insane Gragas, guys.
Are we gonna see some Kiso level 1?
Yeah.
Some Kiso?
Kiso. Translate for the viewers that may not get it, Mithi.
Kiso is cheese in Spanish for my Spanish fellows.
I knew that, don't worry, Mithi.
I know, we're just making sure that the stream stays educational, you know.
Oh, never mind, we are spoiling again.
They're spoiling again.
Middle screen.
Oh,
I'm gonna pause your side screens until they sync up.
Yeah, stop making random noises.
And this is the classic support level ones where you go and hit each other once for the 10 Gs in the bank.
And then you say Wurf.
They don't have spell these, but they have
can't
some
one, I guess.
They're gonna force flash.
Oh, that juke!
That juke.
That right there.
They're still gonna force flash, I think.
Most likely in the
flash,
end.
please. Flash, please.
Flash is very bugged.
Oh!
Ward?
Oh! No.
Oh. Yeah. FORG1VEN comes in with the body block.
Okay. No flash Nidalee.
Oh, jungle is 1-1. Oh, Ghost is popped.
Oh, but GP used 1 pot.
He has a refill potion though, so you can just go back to the base and it's gonna be fine. But overall, there was a flash on both Kikis and Jankos and a Ghost in the mid lane. Ghost doesn't matter that much though.
I'm pretty sure that's worth it for H2K though. I think Gnar without flash is much more of a problem than Nidalee without flash, with her having a dash every X amount of seconds.
So you have Bond of Stone again on YellOwStaR. I don't personally like that too much in melee matchups. It can cost him some trades, and they are freezing here instead of doing camp. I think that's good.
They should hit the casters.
Yeah, hit the cast a bit so they can have the push advantage going when HK comes to bot lane.
Without killing the creeps, so the creeps do damage.
They can easily trade here because of the Braum stun.
And the freeze also makes it so, just to make it clear for the viewers out there, that all the creeps hit on a single melee creep.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good by Fnatic bot lane there. Not the best trade from Braum there. I think he's, So they have the push going.
He still has 2 shares, so he's fine.
Even though there's XP advantage going over to HK bot lane, they still have the push going, so they should be able to push together here. But I think they misplayed the level 1 quite a bit already.
Yeah, they seem to be putting themselves in a position where they can retake kind of the control of the lane, but then they lose it every time.
Vander, what is YellOwStaR doing? Oh my!
Braum was...
Oh, it's painful to watch.
I think Braum got slightly outrated there. Level 2.
Do you guys want to see that again, or do you just want to explain?
I think
we can see it again, and instead of making noises, we can explain it slowly.
Kevin, can we get the we had our observer walk in here, Kevin. And Mythy and Sven are now allowed to call. Yeah, that's Kevin. When you get a moment, Kevin, show that trade again, level 1 with the supports focus to see, and then Mythy guide us to maybe what happened wrong there.
Okay, I'm a play-by-play now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're actually an analyst. If we can get there, we'll see. It's being prepped right now.
I think
now they're both gonna farm.
A bit too greedy for that minion in the trade earlier, and then Vander, if he hit the stun, it would have been a disaster trade for Rekkles. He would have taken 2 auto attacks and the entire boomerang blade from FORG1VEN, but luckily he sidestepped the stun from Taric, and then Braum kind of just, yeah, I think he misclicked and went into the trade way too far and got out-traded and lost entire potion. Now he's half HP as well, so...
Is there a way out right now if you're YellOwStaR and Rekkles? Because you're playing kind of a kill lane.
No, that's fine. It's fine. It's just like a small thing, like level 1 and 2, and now they're just both pot up and both farm, and now they're both okay.
And here comes the problem with with losing bot lane or having a big wave stacked at tower, is that your jungler is gonna lose a buff or a camp, and there we see Jankos invading the red buff right now, and I think he will be able to get that one.
Yep. But Jankos started his own red, so he went red, blue, enemy, invade.
Yeah.
So he was really relying on FORG1VEN and Vander winning that duel, because otherwise...
I think they were wanted to gank bot maybe.
Yeah, I think that too.
And since H2K bot lane won, then
I think H2K bot lane said in jump stack that we're probably gonna get pushed early on in this matchup, so come bot level 3 and we get an easy kill going on here.
Alright.
Okay, so here Vander misses his stun, and then YellOwStaR just kind of just gets nervous and goes really way too far into Sivir to just kind of help Rekkles, and it just didn't go well at all for YellOwStaR. He lost 2 pots because of that.
Yeah, exactly. And we also missed the part where Rekkles got a bit nervous, I think, or stressed out because he lost the minion, and he walked way too far up to get a minion, and he wasn't level 2. So if Vander would hit that stun, it would have been a disaster. But all this happened because of a battle 1 play where it should have pushed more, I think. Yeah. And also, Rekkles got a bit stressed out because he didn't get a minion. So
if you're a newer bot lane, right, and you don't know about all these fine details right now, is the best strategy just to AFK push lane into tower and force the enemy to just lose CS on there?
If you AFK push, you will always be at very worst equal. But AFK pushing means you can get ganked. So if you're playing against something like Annalise that has a good gank, it can be dangerous.
It's not good to AFK push.
Yeah, it doesn't give you anything, it just pushes. If you want to push so that you can move into the jungle and maybe help your jungler get a camp, like Jankos did on the enemy blue buff, I mean red buff, sorry, with Vander, they got a push going on bot, and he instantly left his lane, went to enemy jungle, and got a camp for Jankos, which gives him an advantage now. That
I think they can... Braum could have W'd that creep and just gone for the last auto at least.
Yeah, maybe take the spell shield off.
Show dominance.
A concept that back in my day existed in pure 2v2 lanes was like go in, take a bad trade to get spell shield on cooldown, and then immediately right after go in with like Q flash all in.
Yeah, I think it's actually a legit strategy, but I think they don't have the damage right now or the HP to back that all in.
That's good. That's good by YellOwStaR.
That was smart.
That was a mind game by YellOwStaR. He's not bad, guys. He missed it on purpose. So that
and the gank is coming in right now, so it actually I said that concept may be like.
Oh man, that ward just expired. That sucks.
That was like 1 second.
Yeah, but here is the Spirit coming down just to push the wave, because right now Rekkles has a mana. He needs the base. And he just comes bot to hit the minions a bit and make a base happen, and then now. Losing base is probably for 2 long swords or something like that. He has 1.5k gold actually. We're a bit into the game already, so he's gonna get the... I think he goes Humus build because there's no tanks in the team, so he gets the... hold on, YellOwStaR is getting caught. Exhaust goes down, he's fine.
A play-by-play caster of the day.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Seriously, man. If you flash that instead of dodging it, you can't trust yourself. Nah.
I think he's nervous.
Yeah, he should have dodged that instead of flashing it. Honestly, you can't get hit by spears if you have a mouse, I think, so I don't like that so much.
So I have a mouse at home and maybe like 45 ping in Berlin.
Okay, the ping is the excuse then, that's fine too.
They're playing with 0 ping here, so there's no excuse. I think he should have tried himself to dodge it and just flashed if it's gonna hit, but he flashed way too early. He flashed before the spear was even hitting him, so if
you guys play in Krakow and I see Sven get hit by a spear, I'm now allowed to flame?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you are. If it's, I mean, it depends if it's melee range and if I have no boots and so on, but if you are decent range, it's not that hard to dodge, I think. And you can also just flash if you're gonna get hit by it in the end, so here we see a base, boots and serrated dirk for Lucian and BS longsword for Sivir. I think it's pretty much an advantage for Sivir. He has 30 more AD versus the armor pen and the movement speed, so think this is going to be a really tough lane for Lucian and Braum now.
But they're both equal in CS, so...
Yeah, gold-wise they're totally fine. It's just that
Yeah.
one guy got the better base off. I don't like buying boots on Lucian so much.
Yeah.
The longsword would have benefited more. And Braum here is just if...
Braum is just walking in without flash into enemy jungle. He just knows where
space
everyone
checking
is.
jungle? Okay, so
And goes out.
what Braum here is doing is call it trolling in my book, because if...
I call it deep warding.
Okay, deep warding,
Yeah,
okay.
deep
But
warding without flash.
he just knows that Jankos is doing red buff, not blue buff, and Vander was around the wall but didn't see him, so I guess he's just too smart for us.
And Vladimir had mid priority.
But there, normally you can get caught really easily by the Taric and the nearly going together on both sides.
How often does Mythic get caught?
Yeah, and that's why if you get caught there, it's a disaster for your AD, because he will lose 2 minions and he will tilt. So
if I do that and I get caught, you can hear in team chat, I'm trolling.
I hear that often sometimes. But
Alright, I wanted to ask you about like, so this is the first time we have like differing builds. You have like a Yomus versus I guess an Essence Reaver build.
Lucian
Do
has
you ever consciously play to like base on like 1100 to force the other guy to not get his BF sword, or is that just way too hard to?
It's hard to. Good spell shield, nice. You can do that, but it's hard because you base and then the other guy pushes one more wave and he has to be a sword over you. So if you're ahead, it's possible, but it's not something you actually base for. I think if Lucian
ideally the two longswords is the
two longswords is good against BF champions like Tristana, because he doesn't really want to buy pickaxe. So two longswords to a pickaxe is good, but two longswords to a BF sword is really bad. So
if you for example then have that advantage that allows you to get the base, is it then even a waste of a base? Because if you're already ahead, usually you can get farther ahead.
Yeah, the thing is that a champion like Lucian, if he had bought a if he had bought a longsword instead of boots, he would have more items, item damage to pressure, and then he was gonna find fine, because Lucian benefits more from his items than Sivir does, because of his spells. You know, the cooling, the Q, obviously so good. Nice Q, and I think. At level 6, if you had... Spirit coming in.
No spell shield.
And there's teleports too. This bot lane
fourth
Fiesta?
place, teleport
there we
coming.
go.
2vx,
That's
2vx. Can't 2v2. Flash,
Good flash, good flash, good flash.
Last second flash is always good. The ult popped, didn't actually help anything at all.
It got the red buff of the red buff on the skirmishers, so he actually survived because of the ult.
Yeah, I guess, but he could pop it earlier.
Yeah.
Regardless, 3 summoners cost by H2K, and they're most likely going to lose the tower here unless Ryu and Jankos can make something happen.
I mean,
There's still
can go ham,
the ult of FORG1VEN up still, and Braum has done right after that.
Another
teleport.
TP! Bot lane party!
Cancel?
Yeah. Cancel, yeah.
But they're hitting tower hard. Wait,
So.
GP cancelled this TP too.
Oh!
He has a mouse.
Yeah, he has a mouse, but he still also has a dash in case. So
Now they have a problem, and is that Sivir and Taric are coming from base, and
this is bad.
and now they're gonna
Is
be
this
the
brush
ones to
camp
be
bad here?
pressured.
Yeah, this is bad.
Oh, but this is a really
there, fake.
Oh,
Good flash. But
Okay,
now
now-
there's a problem, because HK's bot lane, Vander and FORG1VEN have base already with items, boots, and the dagger picked up, and everyone is so low HP from FNC. So they will most likely... Oh, bounce.
Was that a timing misplay? Because like,
They
with
should
drop
have-
Q plus
they
Tristana
should have-
ulti, maybe you can sync it up?
I think they should have not gone for tower.
I think they
That's
should have
the-
just did not hit the tower and this base.
Yeah.
Unless you really obviously get the tower, you should not take a tower. Like, chipping towers is fine, but if you lose so much pressure, like they do now, it's not worth it. And now they will also lose their bot tower, which is the first goal going over to H2K's bot lane, which
So
is a lot more gold than
a
the
good play
second
turned into
tower.
a bad play, so that kind of sucks.
So the bot lane and actually Fnatic as a team overstayed on bot lane here. They should have based way earlier.
Do you share here, Mythi? Or do you walk away?
You share. That's
You
right.
share.
That's right.
What the fuck?
I mean, like, you walk away, you mean?
Yeah. And you don't share.
You don't share. Yeah, you give it to
don't
AD
share.
carry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Of course.
But what
So-
about Sidestone?
You only
Yeah.
sidestone, more boots, and then no more items after that.
Build, guys on full build?
So this was a really costly mistake by Fnatic. They lost their bot tower, which gives also the advantage they had in CS is lost now, and the Drake goes over to H2K, I think, in a moment here.
It's really sad
Where
because
he just knows where one is. He smites too early, and he just knows Grace not on the wall behind him, because there's wards, of course.
it's
So-
really sad because it was actually a good play by Fnatic and just a good way to start the
snowball.
opening
Yeah.
the game and starting the snowball, and they just kind of overcommitted to the play, and then H2K punished well and kind of made their good play into a bad play, which it shows that H2K is a good team, but also that Fnatic is not playing as good.
We get it here again.
Yeah. So here Spirit comes around the corner, and he's gonna put down a ward in just a second, and then a TP of FORG1VEN comes in, and then they're gonna try to dive this bot lane here.
Here's a spell shield too.
I think Spiritual went around the brush and a bit further up with the ward, and obviously Zero outruns the teleport duration. It's so long on this patch, and GP ult helps too. and in the end, Vander flashes just in time, and they don't get the kills. So now, either take tower fast or don't take it at all. So just trade going on. Rekkles with a not so good dash, I think. He's gonna get stunned up here, and he's not gonna build.
Does Rekkles have flash? Yeah, he does. They're both fine.
And cooling. And cooling. Good.
Oh yeah, no, it's a long lane. It's a long lane. YellOwStaR can die. YellOwStaR will die.
That sucks. And Rekkles flashes for no reason.
He had to flash because he was afraid that
the spear would maybe just die before it would hit. So here, Fnatic bot lane, I think this is really stupid of them. They're dashing in on trade in bot lane when they have no tower and they don't actually have vision of Nidalee. And once
is the mouse
is there, so he's fine. And then, as I was saying, they were too far up without either vision coverage or a tower. So
they actually went for the tower. If you look, we didn't see it in replay, but the bot lane tower is about like
10
5%.
HP,
It's really low right now. We see rotation.
And here H2K is going mid.
Yeah,
as I was saying,
come on from H2K.
They were just way too far up, and they dashed in for no reason and went for a trade, and that was just. He saw the brown Q hit, and he was like, "Oh, going for the stun."
They do have vision in the river, but that's
a very bold dash.
It's very bold.
It's way not enough for a long lane.
I think they were just way too far up and no tower. As you can see here, they just get chased down from forever. And
that's a spear.
Is this like? I don't think you would go for this play if you were like ahead, right? This to me feels like chasing a loss.
Yes,
honestly, he's trying too hard to scrap the pieces together, and that's not good at all. You shouldn't try to salvage a situation like this with this kind of plays. It's even if there was no jungle there, it would never have been a kill or anything worth getting. You know, they'll maybe get some chunk and that's it. But
so a question I want to ask you guys is like, for Given and Vander, they keep returning to bot lane, so they're not speeding up the game, so to say, by switching lanes, and they keep going to this like 5 HP tower. Is that worth it defending it, or is it because they don't have anywhere to go? It's too early to 1-3-1. What's going through
I don't think they care about the tower. It's mostly about the fact that they can now push bot to the tier 2 because they have good champions to push in, and once they are able to push into the tier 2, they will be able to rotate mid, push mid in, and then just the top tower will just fall because Vladimir will be able to free roam. Or
I honestly don't like it so much because I think that the bot lane of Fnatic is stronger than them, even though they have the kills or like the assists going for them and the tower first they got. And also Kikis is winning top lane right now. The Gnar pushes the Gangplank all time into tower, so I think that trading towers is actually worth it when you have matchups like this, Gnar against Gangplank.
Like swapping Sivir to top and maybe GP ulting bot for a better base.
Exactly. The tower bot is always gonna go down anyway because it was so low HP from the first gank.
I'd say the best plan would be to put the duel in mid and put Vladimir bot and just drop the tower.
Why did TP? Why did this build?
Maybe he is scared of TP. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just like...
That too.
Found his keyboard, you know, put his hand back down, hit R key.
Oh, this button seems nice.
I definitely think that the dual lane of H2K should be bot lane now, even though Ryu has no TP. I think Ryu is able to push out bot, or maybe the dual lane just wants to push out bot and Ryu rotates top and they just want to go for top tower.
The only thing that's concerning me is the bot top lane matchup for Oldham and Kikis. Kikis is up 20 CS, 25 CS actually right now, and he's tower is 1 HP literally after this trade here. So
in hindsight,
if HK put a duel in top lane, they would have lost the tower, and they would have been able to GP ult a bot tower if they was going to go for T2 push.
Then they could have not baited in Kikis
but
right here.
As I said earlier, pushing means you can get ganked, and if you're pushing alone when everyone's on the outside of the map, you will die. Nice ult, and he dies.
But the duel, oh my god, H2K instead of going mid went top. The duel passed top instead of mid. That's a horrible decision by H2K, and now they're dropping a mid tower because of that.
That's horrific by Vander and FORG1VEN.
Oh my god, that's hard to watch, and especially after saying how important mid tower was and how they were one mid tower ahead, they just dropped a mid tower for no reason at all. That's unforgiving.
I think Sivir and Tariq were watching the fight top lane and they didn't notice that there was anyone mid lane hitting my tower, so they just kind of watched the fight. Nice guys, and then shit, mid tower going down, and a lot of pressure by Fnatic here on the outside of the map. So I guess Kikis just knew his team would. Oh, dive coming. Tariq ult strong. The other side is trolling.
Oh my god.
This is not good by Fnatic. I think.
Yeah,
should not dive.
This is horrible.
Good flash though.
They should run. They should not run.
Vladimir, stop.
Someone is
going to deal with it.
This is bad. They should
I think this is going to TP top.
I think the idea was that since there's no TP on Ryu, they will just kind of dive both, but you can't dive Tariq with ult up. It's that was not smart by Fnatic. I think they made a good play to get the mid tower.
Fabianchi.
That sucks.
Oh.
Maybe you should have went a bit further away before you base.
How often does that happen in scrims?
More often than you think.
No, I know it happens a lot.
Okay, then not more often than you think. But anyways, we see first items picked up here. Vladimir is 2 items already. He's really strong. Yeah, so here, this dive should never happen. It's just plain bad, I think.
Way too forced.
Yeah, it's way too forced. And also, Lucian tanks tower first, which is bad. And yeah, this fight is just horrific for Fnatic.
They should never go like this.
No form, and there, did he? I don't think he had form there, and
No, I didn't.
yeah, and that fight was just stupid. That just the base after the first tower mid and the first tower bottom.
Is this another example of chasing loss, like trying to make too much happen at once?
Yeah,
I don't think
sure.
so.
Or
I mean,
is this
I mean
just
maybe
bad
it
call?
is, but Fnatic is not actually behind this game. If they didn't make that play bot lane where they lost, I think, 2 kills in the end when FORG1VEN died, they would have gotten the top tower eventually, and it would be 3 towers, so 3 towers. But I think Fnatic is playing a bit too hasty here. Like Kiki shouldn't have died top there. Yeah. So look, right now the goal is 3k, but that comes mainly from kills and small CS differentials in the mid lane here.
H2K has two Ocean Drakes, so that's kind of
The
a
Ocean
big
Drake
deal.
is strong, but it could be a worse. You know, like Vladimir doesn't really have mana, and Sivir has Essence Reaver. Gangplank doesn't need it so much, but
Let's talk about
it's just stacking up slowly. The advantage to get 3k gold, kills on Nidalee. Oh, GP ult. Rekkles got.
Oh.
This fight is bad for FNC. They're gonna lose this fight really hard.
Oh my god. At least
That's
it's not 20
one down.
minutes.
Nars bot right now, so is this
Vladimir
Fnatic
is face rolling.
overextending?
No, it's fine, it's fine. They will win this fight no matter what. They will just chase for kills.
Oh man.
Because
Yeah.
right now Nars in the bottom lane, so
Nice stun.
Sucks.
is that like too greedy from Fnatic, or was it an outplay
Fnatic-
from H2K?
I'm not
Gnar
sure.
has no TP on bot lane, and Fnatic is deep warding their
Fnatic
top side
should
jungle,
have,
which is completely crazy, and it makes no
Fnatic
sense.
should have put their Lissandra bot lane instead of the Gnar, since they want to have. I mean, if they want to play on the enemy red side buff, they have to put their TP guy on bot lane. As I said earlier in the first game, that Gnar no TP and mid has TP, so put mid bot. Put Lissandra bot lane with TP up, and then you can actually fight there 5v5.
Who decides that? Is that like, so is it the notion of a single shot caller?
It depends in teams, honestly. I think in good teams, it's like everyone
Also
does
a
their
bold fish,
part. Yeah, the ward there.
Yeah, but they walked into
yeah. So Lucian is kind of dead already because of the ult, and
They had the path to the left side to escape in theory, right?
No, but the Vladimir was flanking from behind. Like
Yeah,
I don't
they
know what
were-
they were doing in the enemy jungle at that point. It
I
just
think they're
makes
not
no
playing
sense
with
at all.
respect. Gnar was not even pushing at the tower yet, you know. So I mean, if he was at tower, maybe you could like,
Cross map, yeah.
get something back. But Gnar is only half through the lane when it died, the first member. So this was just horrible by Fnatic. They should not have gotten caught out there. That was not good at all.
They're trying to get Herald. Is
And
it gonna
now
disappear in
Vladimir is,
time? Maybe it disappears.
Oh shit!
Oh, sucks.
Oh man!
Oh, yeah, it despawns at 45 and it stays up until 55.
Really blows. It's like shit, guys. Even the Herald doesn't like us.
Fnatic is really tilted
But
right
it
now,
took
actually.
our observers. This is a graphic that spawns whenever somebody takes Herald, but they actually did not get Herald, guys. For people watching,
So
Herald has to despawn to make place for Baron Nashor. Despawns at 1945, but if you have it in combat, it lasts until 1955, I believe.
So quick look at the items here. I think Vladimir has already 2.5 item proto build and the Absolute Scepter and that
Still a
large
bot
rod.
lane stream here. Let's talk about
That's
power
true.
spikes.
But the power spike's not there for
Lucian?
at all.
Yeah,
He's really he's ahead in CS. I know that, but in terms of where you want to be at this time,
So he's better than FORG1VEN?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
if you
saying?
have more CS, you're the better player. That's how
Okay,
simple
okay,
it is.
okay.
The same first game, he had more damage dealt, so he's the better player,
But
obviously.
does that mean that FORG1VEN is lucky that his team is getting into the
of
trophy?
course. yeah, exactly.
That's a
but
good one.
memes aside,
I appreciate
right now Sivir is 2 times stronger than Lucian. Also in team fights, Lucian won't have the easiest time hitting champions because there's gonna be a Vladimir in his face. Oh, hold on. L5 caught again.
Zoning?
He's taking the ganks for team.
Tonking the gonks.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's not working out so
And
well
that's gonna be a
for
tower.
Fnatic.
I mean, see the face cam there. He's
This game is obviously snowballing, so I think
Yeah.
we can reiterate for maybe some newer viewers. You touched on it lightly in game 1, but like the armor plan build on Lucian, maybe just quick notes. Why would people go for it?
so it's a mix of reducing armor with the black cleaver percentage, and then it's a flat pen from Yumu's Ghostblade 20. And against champions with not that much armor, it's almost 2 damage, and the cooling does a lot of damage with this build, and it's more of a power spike build. Whereas the Essence Reaver crit build kind of strikes on 3 items when you have the eye edge, like Sivir will build soon. So I think the Yumu's build is almost better on Lucian always. Maybe against big tanks, it's better to go Essence Reaver on later in the game.
So this is kind of a failed pickup
So
here.
here they're trying to salvage the game. You know, this is what you were talking about earlier, where they were trying to make plays when they are behind, and it just doesn't work out. You
They're
know,
just
like
making desperate things.
they
with
couldn't even kill him
Vladimir.
if they were alone 2v1. They wouldn't even be able to kill him. They ult heals him for 1000, and
I think
just-
Vladimir would have killed both.
yeah, he just face rolls and kills them both. You know, so there's maybe with a black cleaver they could have taken him down, or it was not even used by Braum. So
We can talk about maybe support power spikes here. I think we see Ruby Size on them both.
Yeah, supports always buy the same stuff. I mean, you wanna have the Locket against Lissandra, against Vladimir, so that's kind of it. Both teams are building the same.
How do you decide your build, Smithy?
I just go to pro builds and just like check out what other people do and just copy it. It works out wonders.
You NA or LCK?
NA, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously NA.
Yeah.
I have a question. How many kills has Fnatic had in these 2 games?
I think game 1 they had like either 2 or 4 kills, either or. So very few.
That sucks.
That's
I think this game wasn't that bad for Fnatic. It's just that it snowballed really badly off of random things. Like
they had the momentum on the first play.
Yeah, they had play on the first play in bot lane, and it struck back because they were too greedy. And then Kikis got caught top. Even though he was winning his lane really hard, he was at 25 CS and got the tower alone almost. But then he was pushing when no one was there to help him or to get something back. And then luckily they got mid tower because Vander and FORG1VEN were not showing in mid. And I think overall this game was fine for Fnatic. They could just have played a bit slower and they were totally fine in this game.
I must
Is
say
a shot calling issue then for
shot
them as a
calling,
team?
I don't know, but overstaying for sure.
Because twice when they were so close to getting top tower and bottom tower, they kind of overreached and they got punished.
Yeah,
hard.
and they lost their tower in that lane back before they got the enemy tower.
I think it's desperation. I would say.
Yeah, maybe desperation.
Desperation.
Maybe
I think they were having a good game plan, and then they went for the bot thing, failed, and then the dual lane went desperate again and went for the 2v2, and then everything just became a desperate matter where Gnar was like, okay, my dual lane is screwed up, and now I want to get the top tower and make the game equal, and that didn't work out, and just things crumbled. I think
also,
that's kind of more
when you like
case.
make a play like that, you should be able to know as a pro player that we forced on the base on both, right? And it's 2 people. So you ask, can we dive these people or not? If you can't dive them, then you have the base, because you can't dive them and get kills and get tower.
But have you ever played against like weaker teams? For me, as like a, an average relegation player, I would play against teams, that
Like
were
you
very good, and then you push them in, and you get that tower for free. They would never challenge it, but then better teams would challenge you and surprise you. Does that still happen to you guys, where you get lulled into like a false sense of security in scrim? Say you play one of the slightly weaker LCS teams, and then you face Spice, for example, and they surprise you with a counter? Or is your game sense good enough to respect?
It happens, but I think in general, what catches people off guard nowadays is that teleports up or people coming from places shouldn't come from. In here, it was just a base. They just force FORG1VEN and target the base, and they just based, walked bot, and suddenly Fnatic is caught with pants down. They have no one with HP to defend tower. They lose the tower for free and almost gave up some kills there. They're all very low, and they made this play on Ryu in the brush there, and it totally didn't work out for them. So I think they just always stay. Both in bot lane for the tower, lost their own tower for it. Kikis the same in top lane. They were actually winning lanes in both bot and top, and then they just went too greedy and got punished for their mistakes and lost their towers in both top and mid.
H2K is playing very well though. I think they're doing a good job at punishing Fnatic's mistakes. And
what are some small things that they're doing right now that they're doing well? Have you like tracked like the warding wise? Yeah, H2K. Like,
I mean,
what constitutes a good snowball for you?
Well, right now H2K doesn't really need to like do anything crazy. They already got their advantage from Fnatic's misplays, so they just played a standard game where they punished the enemy's mistakes. This game, like last game, they forced the enemy's mistakes and then punished them. But this game, it was more like they just waited for the mistakes to come up, and what happened was that once Fnatic screwed up on the bot lane and then Gnar screwed up on the top side, then the game was pretty much a snowball for H2K, where all they have to do is play 1-3-1 again, set up vision on both objectives, and just they didn't even need to play for tier 2 towers. The tier 2 mid fell because I think everyone died in some team fight or something. But but ideally what they want to do is just get the 3 towers, the 3 outer towers, and just choke them out of vision, get every Drake like they have, and eventually at some point they'll be able to do Nash. Even though they have Nidalee, it's gonna take a bit longer, but they're just gonna choke them out on Nash and eventually take it.
Now, obviously, some things I wanted to ask you guys if the game was closer, so we just have to assume, like, imagine this game's a little closer. What is like a Lucian's role in a team fight right now? Maybe we'll get that out later. These guys are
team fight.
5 right now.
Go!
Oh, nice stun by Vander.
Vander life.
The movement coming from the side.
What?
Vladimir is gonna face roll. Yeah. Nice jump. Nice jump. Nice jump. Yeah.
I think that's enough for them to... Oh.
Still another heal. Yeah.
Is that enough for them to walk to Baron?
I think Lucian is
already walking in, so...
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a Baron. At least a fight. There's 2 TPs coming from Fnatic though. Kikis is basing right now for the home guards, I think.
Fnatic is gonna go for a desperate...
They still have the ultimate on Lissandra, so they can still fight this, I think. They're coming with home guards right now. It cannot get rushed down too fast, I think.
Kikis is soon at Mega Gnar, so they can actually maybe win this fight.
I think this is the fight they should win if you want to come back.
It could be a throw, yeah.
Ping go down, 5k Nash.
He's gonna jump on the ward.
Sandra has the flank.
Yeah, Kikis should jump.
They should go in soon.
He's getting rage.
Good engage. Oh! Sucks.
He got insta-popped.
His ult is bugged, I guess.
Oh my god,
man,
that went so
FORG1VEN.
bad. Oh, that hurts. My
He hit
eyes.
5 people with a W and then he doesn't press R. I guess it was bugged.
he
Is
got-
it
he got
worth? Is
stunned,
it
I
worth
think.
even going for W, or should you just insta R? W
I mean,
after?
if you can't R,
The thing is, he wants to make as much
Montage, yeah.
as much damage as possible. So he probably went for the
nice jump.
WQR, which is like the most damage you can do because you can Q afterwards again.
But regardless, they got stopped the Nash encounter by H2K, so in the end it was 2 TPs and a death for stopping Nash, but
The GP has TP now.
Yeah.
But it's
Now there's
the game needs more than that to
now
go
there's no
even.
teleports on
It's-
Fnatic's side, so Gangplank can go bot, and if anyone shows up there, he can just teleport to Nash and rush it in a 4-5 fight in the worst case. So
This
now
was the
game
initial play
is-
here. Too
So
far up.
Here is Fnatic is trying to get me priority over them, and their 3-man unit is just
Oh, man.
stronger. And
6 stun.
Vladimir is going for a flank. Vander Life just plays this very well. I don't know why FORG1VEN flashed there. No, Rekkles flashed for no reason. But it doesn't matter.
honestly, Vladimir is just face rolling the entire enemy team, running in with Ghost and ulting down people, and there's not enough CC or damage to actually like take him down ever. He has the pools.
Let's see what Lisandro tries to do here.
Yeah.
Is it worth for Kikis to go in early to distract maybe? Or
Maybe,
I think now is the moment to jump in, but
W, he got stunned or
no, he didn't
there
get
is no stun on
There's
enemy
no stuns,
team.
bro.
no? Tariq?
I don't think
No,
so.
there wasn't Ericsson. There was just raw damage, I think.
Oh, that sucks then.
Yeah, I think that was actually the moment that there was no flashes on H2K side, so baby.
Oh, they got a catch. Fnatic is trying
It's
desperate
on nearly though.
stuff, but
Vladimir's still there. And Vladimir
Life
has.
That's not looking so good.
He's actually looking not that bad for Fnatic, I think. Oh, never mind.
Not sure about that.
That really
Welcome
sucked.
to being a caster, man. It's
I
like,
think,
they're gonna turn this around.
I think Gangplank is too good there. Double kill for him. So that's
now they're... Wait, who's the bot lane is it?
The wrecking crew is down.
Yeah. I think they're having a bad game.
this. I think God given is
GG.
victorious in this one.
God-given came in like a wrecking
Yeah.
ball in this in this one.
Honestly, I don't like Lucian pick so much against Vladimir. It just seems like a 500 range jump
They last
can't hit
picked
him.
Vladimir though, so
Yeah.
they kind of did. I mean, he could have expected them to pick Vladimir, but
Honestly, Saber is just OP in team fights. The comp HKS is better, I think, unless Fnatic like executes perfectly. Unless they get the Gnar ult, the Lisandro ult off, there's nothing they can do in team fights against Vladimir with Saber ult, Tariq ult, and Gangplank ult coming behind them.
Feels like a mid-game spike
Yeah.
team like here on Fnatic, and they had, I feel, the means to snowball, but
Yeah.
they slightly overreached on like
think-
2 phases.
Yeah, definitely.
definitely.
They had the tools to execute this game and play it better, but they really just failed in the execution department.
So-
H2K didn't let themselves get snowballed
Yeah.
and played a good defensive game and punished Fnatic's mistakes and then snowballed perfectly out of their advantage. So, like, let's not just blame Fnatic for it. I think H2K is actually playing
It was
Really
a
well,
better
yeah.
than expected,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Even though I
nice stun.
would have said H2K would win. Even though I didn't call that for anything. But yeah.
So as you can see, Vladimir is face rolling right now, tanking 4 people, and nice barrel by Odamne. 600 damage
Insane.
on 2 people. Odamne is playing very good series so far. First game he kind of carried alone, and this game he's playing pretty fine against a hard matchup, I think.
But Fnatic right now, they win game 1, or they lose game 1 based
cooling.
due to draft, you said? And then
Fnatic is going for the casual go mid and end and hoping for the best
And the
strategy.
bounces,
But it's not working out so well.
Lucian's gonna, yeah, it's gonna die.
I think that's game now.
Yeah, they're probably gonna kill him now and go
Go-
mid and
go
oh,
fire.
Forgiveness down.
Oh,
Feels good for
the
Rekkles
Greek.
to get him at least.
They killed the Greek. Worth.
Take that.
It's not about playoffs, it's just about the banter on Twitter. But
Okay, so-
what does it do to like Fnatic in their heads right now, right?
I mean, honestly, if I'm them, I wouldn't be too mad about this game.
Rekkles
Obviously,
looks kind of tilted.
I mean,
But like game 1
same
you
for the
lose
Brown
on
who's
draft.
0-7, you know, but I think honestly this game, Fnatic had the tools to win. They had a winning bot lane, at least in CS, and they had pressure with the dive coming in, and Kikis was winning really hard top lane. So I think next game, if they're realizing what went wrong in this game, they will just say, yeah, we're a bit too greedy in our plays. Slow down a little bit and get the towers without giving up our own first.
But does it not feel bad to like lose 1 on draft and 1 on
Of course,
gameplay?
it feels bad, you know, to lose.
Can
but
they
you can't.
come back from this 2-0? Do you think?
Find out next episode.
On Zenimity? I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be a bit disappointed to go home, have my caster career end with one single 3-0. And
But
here
we
just-
still have like so much to explain, you know, the world
That's
doesn't
true.
know about
I can talk about-
Flashbug.
Yeah, I can talk for hours about bot lane matchups, so it's no problem. But I mean, here Fnatic is just, I don't know.
Just going for the go mid, go in.
They will never win a team fight at this point, so I'm not sure what their plan is. Maybe they thought they were gonna pick somewhere, and they just can't. Although we got a good engage by FORG1VEN here on the Sivir.
Had pretty big sideways too. Maybe they could have waited for somebody to
Yeah.
catch at least one of them.
I think they will lose if they don't do anything, so I mean, they lose no matter what they do at this point. They get outscaled too by Vladimir, Gangplank, Sivers, 2 OP late games, so and Tarek too. And
So, but lose is still improved, so.
yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's not really. I guess they play Gauntlet, right? If they lose, so it kind of is improved.
Yeah, if they lose more, they can absorb more failures for next time. So
yeah, that's true.
But at this point, there's nothing they can do. I think they are getting outscaled. They're down.
This game is low.
10K.
That's for sure.
It's really lost, but you can't call games lost.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's
not over until Nexus falls. Okay.
Okay.
So
same in solo queue.
So here, if you're Fnatic, yeah, I don't know what you can do at this point. You have to just hope for a miracle. I think that's your plan here. Defend and use the inhibits down so we get more farm strategy.
So Sven, let me ask you something. If you have this kind of game
Are
in
you the
solo
host
queue,
now?
yeah. I'm the host now. Let me ask you something. I'll ask you too, Crepo.
Yeah.
If you have this kind of game in solo queue, do you open?
Open mid is not allowed.
It's past 20.
It's past 20?
It's illegal for like to open mid, so no, you don't open.
Okay, never open, guys. Never open.
It's probably a reportable and bannable offense. So
I mean,
no,
it's a team decision.
But honestly, he's just the target in this game. It's like
I don't think you open, but you could consider using the surrender option in game.
I mean, even though he's
that's true.
Sorry
Four
for
or five
cutting
votes.
you off there. Even though he's 0-7, it's not like he's interfering or anything like that, because one time Rekkles dashes in to make a fight happen bot lane, and then nearly comes to bot, kills
Thank
him,
you
kills
for finally
kills the
saying
support, not the AD carry, so it's also a bit the fault of Fnatic. And then there's this play in top lane where they try to kill Vladimir 1v2, which you obviously can't because Vladimir is too OP to fight.
How often does it happen to you, Mithy, where you end up dying because Ven dashes in? Or you just let him die?
Sometimes, no, that always ends up with me dying.
Yeah. Your fault. You died, your fault. Nah, and here we see the ending.
There's obviously this
H2K
game
playing a bit for low esports damage out here. Oh, nice barrel.
On a positive note, I don't think draft was the problem in this game.
Nah, I don't see either.
So there's that. Fnatic improved from game 1. So now game 2, gameplay was a problem. Maybe game 3 they improved from both and come up with a win. It's possible.
And we get the reverse sweep.
I believe in
maybe they can really fast absorb the failures in this game, and in the next 10 minutes they can get together. But I think draft-wise and play-wise, they were actually fine in the first 15 minutes of the game. They had good plays here and there. They just overstepped too much
boundaries.
Yeah, one more time, and at some point they lose too much towers. And
also not trusting their team. I mean, I think Kikis wanted to go for that top tower because he saw their bot lane losing, his bot lane losing, and he was like, okay, I need to get a tower here, get a trade-off, and then he died. And
to be hypercritical of H2K, should they have made that swap to top lane though, because their Gangplank was losing, or is because they had the 3-man gank work out, therefore it's the right play?
I said in the game that bot tower was already dead anyway, so just go top and save Gangplank from that Gnar, because he was getting destroyed. He was down 25 CS already in the game, and his tower was 200 HP, so go top earlier and save him from that matchup, and then he can scale freely. And you saw the barrels in the game, and GV was very good later on, but the lane phase is horrible for...
I think either you put the duel lane top or mid, but not bot lane.
What's the verdict right now? We have the Wrecking Crew and got given, based on the series, based on the lane matchups. Is it a 1-1? Because this game actually, the Wrecking Crew was doing well.
Honestly, I think you can't really say. I mean, Rekkles was ahead both games, so there's that. But,
yes.
but I think that it had a lot more to do with decisions rather than gameplay itself. You could see that they lost trades level 1 and 2, Fnatic, but it kind of didn't really do much in the grand scheme of things. So I think it's mostly about decision making between both bot lanes and their teams together. That
should Fnatic do different level 1s? I mean, it's hard for the viewers right now.
I mean,
they had
in both the games we saw, there was a camp being done by H2K, and Fnatic decided not to do a camp, which I think is fine. But you have to play level 1 better, have a better push going, so you can get the lane position in the lane, so you can zone them off the melee creeps. But they kind of messed that up a bit, and then they just gave over free experience to H2K's bot lane, and yeah.
I think the level 1 on game 1 was
I'm going to cut you off, Mithy, here.
Okay.
The analyst desk wants to chime in. They don't want to hear about your anymore.
that.
H2K, they're 2-0 right now. Fnatic can maybe take it, but let's send it over to the analyst desk.
Is not here. It seems like they're not here, and H2K is on super form. Always the age-old question, is H2K just playing so well that we don't see Fnatic, but I feel like it's a little bit of both.
Well, I mean, we have to take a look back to the draft, because this time things were a little bit different. Something that Perks mentioned earlier on was if Kikis gets that Gnar, something that he can have a little bit more comfort on.
I was wrong.
Exert himself on, then perhaps things can go a little bit better for Fnatic, but unfortunately that wasn't really the case. Once more, a very early play resulted in things